everyone, I'm Jessie. I'm a sophomore in International Business Studies.
Hi, and I'm Avery, also a sophomore majoring in International Business Studies.
Do you remember watching any cartoons or animations in our childhood?
Yeah, I've watched like One Piece, Naruto, Doraemon, and Detective Conan, etc.
Speaking of Japanese anime, I guess everyone knows Ghibli Studio. Ghibli animation impacted the world and young generations. It really brings back lots of my childhood memories.
Ghibli is an animation studio founded in 1985. One of the founders and the most influential person is Hayao Miyazaki. His concept defines the main direction to the company and leads the animation movie to the world.
So today we are going to talk about one of the most influential Japanese anime artists, Hayao Miyazaki. Many people have grown up in the dream kingdom built by Miyazaki since childhood. There are warm-heartedness in Miyazaki's world, but what we don't know is that behind this dream kingdom is Miyazaki's lonely childhood. There's also less emphasis on the role of mother, but most of the mothers in Miyazaki's work are as cold as the mother in Spirited Away. Miyazaki's mother was ill for many years, so it's less likely for him to be affectionate with his mother. Instead, he had to play a good child and not to tell the truth in front of his mother. Therefore, Miyazaki didn't feel much maternal love. The loneliness in his heart led him to create works like My Neighbor Totoro. Miyazaki grew up in a wealthy family that ran a factory. Many people later died in the war, and Miyazaki developed a strong sense of guilt for living a comfortable life because of the interests of his family's factory. Therefore, Miyazaki's My Neighbor Totoro and many works depict people under tragedy, which can be seen in his anti-war ideas.
Hayao Miyazaki grew up in a family with less interaction. The devotion to art became a way for him to express his emotions. It turned into the motivation to devote himself to painting. He had a talent for drawing, so he became interested in comics and started learning to draw. In college, he did not study art-related departments due to his father's oppositions. But he had a great passion and had continued to practice painting techniques in his spare time. He also joined the Children's Literature Club and began to study children's literature and art. At that time, he was able to explore the field of choreography and directing, which urged him to enter the anime industry after graduating from college. Since Ghibli Studio was established in 1985, he has created more than 20 artworks. Classic masterpieces include Kiki's Delivery Service, Spirited Away, Howl's Moving Castle, and Ponyo, which have successfully attracted the attraction of domestic and foreign-moving fans. In addition to the animation studio, he also built an art museum and amusement park designed with the theme of Ghibli characters, hoping to create somewhere that stimulates everyone's imaginations.
We can find out that he put many relevant elements and issues in those stories, such as humanity's relationship with nature and technology, pacifism, issues about human nature, and the meaning of life. The characters in his films are often resilient and show initiative while facing difficulties, which demonstrates peacefulness and hopefulness in the movie. Since his works emphasize humanities, he believes that there is no absolute good or evil in the world, especially in describing characters' personality traits. The details in the plots always show something on different sides. That is because he considers everything happens for some reason. Although the reality of society makes people upset, he wants to show everyone the bright side of the world.
Spirited Away should be the most representative film in the Ghibli series, kicking off with a fantastical world view, magnificent painting styles, and vivid characters. It is as if you follow Chihiro to explore the inside story of the bathhouse. It alludes to the unbearable and complicated world of adults, and wants to convey that only by returning to the original intention and using a girlish clear heart and eyes can we see the truth clearly. The two parts that impressed me the most were Chihiro helped No-Face find salvation, and Haku appears to guide and protect Chihiro from disappearing her name. That is, not to let her independence thoughts be deprived. I've watched it several times, and I am deeply attracted by the artistic conception of the fantasy world and the relationship between Chihiro and Haku.
Avery, what do you think of Hayao Miyazaki so far?
I think his works are very meaningful. Life is full of ups and downs. It is inevitable that sometimes we feel confused and depressed. But when I reviewed his films again, I felt I was healed. As he has said, he hopes everyone who watches his film can understand that the world is full of difficulties. Sometimes you can solve problems, and sometimes you have to learn to live with problems. This requires courage, but it is growth, and it is life. So how about you, Jessie?
Miyazaki illustrates the fantasy world from the perspective of a child, highlighting the adult world and social issues. Miyazaki awakened people's childlike hearts and original intention, depicting the world full of kindness and beauty. It's difficult not to be moved after watching it. This is our presentation. Thanks for listening.